Hello friends, I'm back with question solved, IGNOU question paper solved. So I'm taking long answers for now. So in this video we'll be seeing a 10 mark question, that is, what do you mean by cognitive psychology? Describe the different domains of cognitive psychology. The first part, what do you mean by cognitive psychology, is for 3 marks, and describe the different domains of cognitive psychology is for 7 marks. So let's see how to write it. So you'll start with cognitive psychology is the science of how we think. So you have to write the definition first. Cognitive psychology is the branch of psychology that studies mind as an information processor, understanding our inner mental processes such as attention, perception, memory, thinking, etc. So the key word here is information processing by mind. So the study of how people acquire, perceive, process and store information is called cognitive psychology. This work can range from exploring how we learn language to understanding the interplay between cognition and emotion. So this is the first part, which will get you 3 marks if you write this answer. A little bit more you can write, like cognitive psychology is the scientific study of human mental processes. This includes perceiving, remembering, using language, reasoning and solving problems. I've written the same information with different words or vocabulary. You can add this point, this is very important. Mental or information processes are sensory and perceptual, memory and retrieval, comprehension, judgment and decision, computational. These are 5 mental or information processing are. Okay, so this will do for 3 marks. This is optional if you want to write this answer. Now let's come to the second part, that is, describe the different domains of cognitive psychology. So there are 12 domains of cognitive psychology. First is, you have to write it like this. These are like cognitive neuroscience, perception, pattern recognition, attention, consciousness, memory, knowledge representation, imagery, language, developmental psychology, thinking and concept formation, human and artificial intelligence. So now you have to describe each and every point. You can just write 2 to 4 sentences each. So what is cognitive neuroscience? Neuroscientists focus on the brain and its impact on behavior and cognitive functions. Okay. And what is perception? Perception is the ability to capture, process and actively make sense of the information that our senses receive. It is a cognitive process that makes it possible to interpret our surroundings with the stimuli that we receive throughout the sensory organs. Third one is pattern recognition. It refers to a process of inputting, stimulating information and matching with the theory of cognitive pattern recognition in long-term memory, then recognizing the category which the stimulation belongs to. What is attention? Attention is the ability to choose and concentrate on relevant stimuli. Attention is the cognitive process that makes it possible to position ourselves towards relevant stimuli and consequently respond to it. This cognitive ability is very important and is an essential function in our daily lives. What is consciousness? That is the 5th point. Consciousness is defined as our subjective awareness of our unique thoughts, feelings, perceptions, sensations, memories and environment. Next is memory. Memory refers to the psychological process of acquiring, storing, retaining and later retrieving information. There are 3 major processes involved in memory: encoding, storage and retrieval, as I mentioned earlier. Now, knowledge representation. It is to promote exploration of a wide range of phenomena and offer the strength of converging operations, the use of multiple approaches and techniques to address a problem. The way in which knowledge is represented profoundly influences how effectively knowledge can be manipulated for performing any number of cognitive tasks. One way to organize these concepts is by means of categories, like there are prototypes, schemas, scripts, acquisitions of declarative and procedural knowledge. Next is imagery. I have written in 3 different ways. You can choose any one. Imagery is simply a way that we can take thoughts and experiences and make mental images out of them. Mental imagery can be defined as pictures in the mind or a visual representation in the absence of environmental input. Mental imagery enables us to reactivate and manipulate internal representations when the corresponding stimuli are absent. The next one is language. 9th one is language. Definition. Language is a system of words or signs that people use to express thoughts and feelings to each other, right? Then what is the language influence? Habitual uses of language can influence our habit of thought and action. Language plays one of the central roles in human cognition. People perceive information with the help of language, both oral and written, right? Next is developmental psychology. The field of developmental psychology explores the behavioral, emotional, physical and cognitive changes that happen in the entire lifespan of a human being. 11th one is thinking and concept formation. Concept formation process involves categorizing the data conceptually and applying that knowledge to planning, goal setting, problem solving and reasoning. The 4 main steps involved in this formation of concepts are observation, generalization, discrimination or differentiation, abstraction. The last one is human and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is generally defined as the property of machines that mimic human intelligence as characterized by behavior such as cognitive ability, memory, learning and decision making. So this is enough for you to get at least 8 out of 10, or if you're lucky, 10 out of 10. So you have to do some homework. Does culture influence cognition? How does poverty affect cognition? Does parenting behavior influence cognition? So if you research on these questions, you will get more information about this question and you can write it in your own words. So thank you for this time. See you next time. Bye bye.